Hey guys, it's Alex and Kip. I'm out here on the Yellowstone River, and today I'm going to be showing you 3 commonly overlooked spots to find agates and gemstones. Let's take a look. Okay, so we are here at our first spot, and this is a perfect example of something I really like to look for when I'm out rock hounding. Usually I'm looking for these on my way to whatever rock hound spot I'm going to. If I'm following a trail or if I'm walking along the river, these overhanging banks or these cut banks are great places to look because a lot of people won't stop to look here because they're walking somewhere else or because it's difficult to hop down the bank to get down to them. And with that, you see here, you've got a lot of different exposed material. In this material are often really great agates, petrified wood pieces, jaspers, and who knows what else. The reason this is often overlooked is, first of all, it's inconvenient. You know, a lot of people are planning to go other places, or maybe it's even a little sketchy to them. You know, they don't really want to hop off the bank and come down here. They're afraid they might get in the water. So obviously, if you're gonna do this, you gotta make sure that you're gonna be careful, but it can be a great way to find interesting agates and pieces that would be often overlooked. Okay, and here we have a really great example of the second type of overlooked spots that I normally look for when I'm out on the river. Here we have some sparse and scattered rocks that are partially buried. The reason this can be a really great spot to look is because there's not a ton of material here. And just over here, where the main channel is, there's a ton of material. So most people, if they're gonna be rock hounding in this area, are gonna be focusing on the higher concentration areas, which means those areas are more likely to be overlooked. So sometimes I'll wander a little ways off of the main channel and look for little rock deposits like this because I've found some amazing agates just slightly buried in the dirt, and it can just be absolutely amazing. You'll be surprised what you can find when you get away from the higher picked areas and the higher concentrated areas. And even though you're looking at fewer rocks, it can actually be a lot easier to find things because there's not so much noise. There's not so many rocks to look at. So I'm just gonna kind of give you an example here. You can see that there's plenty of material here. And you can kind of take a look at all these rocks one at a time. You can actually really cover a lot of ground this way. And like I've said before, I have definitely found some really great agates checking out spots just like this. And I think actually just over here is another example of a similar spot. Yeah, this is great stuff right here. So again, we're off the main channel, lots of rocks over there, which lots of people have checked out, but just right here, people may not have come over here and looked at this stuff. And so if you take your time and look through here, you might be really surprised at what could be hiding just in these gravels. Okay, and we have arrived at our third overlooked spot where you can really increase your chances of finding agates and gemstones, and that is none other than the dirty rocks that are on the beach. That's right. Now this takes a little bit more practice and honing your eye to pick out the valuable rocks in these types of areas, but it's super easy to overlook these dirty rocks, and this isn't necessarily a great example, but when they're covered with algae or maybe they're lightly dirty, people are normally going to focus on the uncovered clean rocks where it's much easier to find agates and gemstones. In this case, you can see here, things are just a little dirty. It's still perfectly easy to look through this stuff and look for agate shapes, look for things that have kind of different colors, and you may be really surprised at what you can find when you're slowly taking your time and looking through dirty rocks. And that is it. I really hope you enjoyed this tips and tricks video. I hope that it helps you find awesome agates and other gemstones on the river. And you know, this is something I use a lot on the Yellowstone River, but I think you can apply these same concepts to other places where you might go rock hounding. If you found this video to be helpful, please subscribe so that you don't miss future content. Consider going back and checking out some older videos where I often will drop tips and tricks as I'm rock hunting on the Yellowstone River. and I will hopefully see you again down the road for a future video. Take care.